Okay, so is there a rule about the masks?
Yes.
Okay, is that law?
Well, it has the force of law, I understand.
It has. You understand, and I understand. I'm not trying to give you a hard time. I'm really not. I really am not trying to give you a hard time.
Try not to feel that way.
Okay. Listen, it's always better when we come to an understanding. You know what I mean? My understanding of the way that the law works is that it has to be passed by Congress, and then it has to be, and these are just local codes, rules, ordinances, things like that. And on the surface, those look like laws. Law is just one big, general, vague word that people use to be coerced into, on the surface, what appears to be laws. The Supreme Court even ruled that, it's, so I don't know.
This is, but I must follow township policy
Okay,
by the township department.
right. Can I see the law? I'm not trying to give you a hard time. I'm not trying to. I'm just trying to come to an understanding. Because you feel one way, I feel the other, right? So if we can...
I don't feel, I know this is what my boss has told us to do.
Okay, your boss. Is he stating an opinion or a fact?
He has set the policy.
Set the policy. So then if he says, then it goes, right?
Correct. For the township building.
But this is a public building, so we can't do this. This is the people pay for this building. So I'm one of the people.
He's in charge of running these buildings.
He's in charge of running the buildings,
That's right.
but they're not his buildings.
Well, essentially, it's his responsibility.
His responsibility. Okay, now, listen, now here, we're getting somewhere, right? His responsibility is, but what if he says no red shirts on a Tuesday?
Well, there's a reason that he has said this is because it's for the...
If you'd like me to speak to him, I'd be happy to. But I do this, I do this all the time. I do this all the time, so...
If you want to, his name is Gary Wall. He's over on 3rd floor in Township Hall.
Okay, because I'm about ready to head over to the police department. I'm not going to wear a mask there either.
Okay.
So, yeah, I have reasons to go talk to them as well. For different reasons. But trust me, and I'm not trying to play on anybody's fears. I will keep my distance from you if you're worried about getting sick. Are you personally worried about getting sick?
No, because I'm wearing a mask.
Okay. Well, I don't want to play on anybody's fears. I don't want to do this to try to make somebody look foolish or dumb or anything like that. I'm really not. If somebody's legitimately worried, I will. I actually don't wear a mask because I prefer when people social distance from me. I prefer that they keep as far away from me as possible. So I was simply here, and I'll let you know what I'm doing. Normally, I won't even go into this, but what I'm doing is I just have videos to upload. And some of them are interactions with the police. They were very nice to me. I was very nice to them. I wasn't wearing a mask the whole time. And here I am today. I'm not in a cage. So if I was breaking the law, don't you think they would have arrested me?
I don't know.
I mean, they're law enforcement officers, correct?
That's correct.
Okay, so if I was doing something illegal, they would have thrown me in a cage, correct?
I have no idea because I don't...
Right, but do you see how you say you have no idea? Just like you don't know if these laws, these policies are backed by any legitimate authority, just like you don't know that, you don't know why they would not have thrown me in a cage when I did the same thing.
They interpret the policy differently than I do.
Okay, so now we're getting somewhere. So we interpret the policy differently. Beautiful, key. So whose opinion or whose interpretation do we go with?
Well, I'm responsible for how this building is operated.
Right, okay, so...
I report to the supervisor.
Okay, so then we're going to go by his interpretation or her interpretation?
Absolutely.
Okay, that's fine for you because you work here and you have to. I don't have to. I'm a member of the public.
You must abide by the policies that we have for people using this space.
I mean, if you'd like to call the police over here, I'll let them educate you.
No.
Yeah, okay. I mean, and I'm not saying that in a threatening way. I'm no threat to anybody. I'm no threat to anybody.
Are you completing your visit? Is that what's going on?
I was uploading a video. Strangely enough, I was at CPS, right? I was at CPS. They said that I couldn't speak to anybody if I was recording. And I thought that was very bizarre. They're public agents. And you're allowed to record public agents in the course of their duties. And so I thought that was very bizarre. So I'm uploading the videos from there. And that's why I came to the library, was to get Wi-Fi signal, because I carry a phone on me that I record with. This is my protection right here. I don't use guns. I use this. This protects me more than a gun will.
Okay.
Oddly enough, this will protect me more than a gun will, right? So I'm here to upload some of the videos. As you can see, I didn't interact with anybody. I was just here peacefully, just trying to upload my videos, and then you came and interacted with me, and it's been a pleasant interaction so far, and I think we're getting somewhere. I think, right?
I haven't changed my mind. I would like
No. I understand you haven't changed your mind, but like I said, if you'd like the police to come down here, I'm no threat. You don't have to worry about me doing anything threatening to anybody. But if you'd like the police to come here, they'll educate you too. Or I'll go over to the police department and I'll record a video over there. Because I went to White Lake already. I went to the White Lake Police Department, did the same thing. So I'm not trying to give any of you a hard time. I'm not trying to give anybody a hard time. I respect my freedom. And I'm not going to let anybody tell me what to do in a public place unless I'm committing a crime.
Well, and we respect our responsibility to follow the policies that are set.
Am I breaking the law?
You are not following the policy that's been set.
That wasn't the question, though. That wasn't the specific question. Is am I breaking the law?
I think that's a shade I don't know.
Okay. See, because you don't know, you might want to double check.
Yeah, well,
Do you see what I'm saying?
I'm saying
Now we're starting. Now I think you're starting to understand where I'm coming from. You don't know if it's the law. You just said it yourself.
I understand that. However,
Right.
we do have the right and the responsibility.
The
to
right?
follow policies.
Do you? Do you? If you believe you do, then you believe you do. I believe you don't.
Yeah, you can talk to Mr. Wall about that.
Oh, I'd be happy to talk to Mr. Wall. I'd be happy to come to an understanding with Mr. Wall. Because if we're in a public place and I'm not committing a crime, then nobody can tell me to leave a public place unless I'm committing a crime. You can't be trespassed from public. It's a public building.
Well, you can be asked to leave if you're not following the...
You can be asked to leave, but you don't have to. It's a public place.
Well, if you don't go when you're asked, then I have to call the police.
Okay. At that point, you probably believe I'm trespassing at that point.
Well,
But the law states you can't be trespassed unless you've committed a crime. So you have to commit the crime first, and then you can be trespassed. Do you see how that works?
yeah, it's pretty fine stuff there.
I'm pretty well versed in this.
Okay.
I'm pretty well versed in this, and
Well, it's not practice for you.
yeah. This is it's not like I get enjoyment out of this because what I'm trying to do is really break this down to an understanding.
Okay.
Okay.
Part of it has to be, too, that you understand why we have policies in place.
I understand why there's policies in place, but I don't understand if you can show me hard evidence how those policies apply to me.
Well, as a user of the library, they apply to you.
I'm in a public place. I'm here in public.
Well, part of the policy for coming into the township buildings is you must wear...
Well, the policies are designed for the people that work at the library, not for the public.
They are designed to protect everyone.
That's your understanding. That's your understanding, and it couldn't be further from the truth.
Well,
You decided to interact with me,
I know,
right? And there's nothing forcing you to stay here and interact with me.
because it's my
You could walk away and you could call the police and they could come down here and...
responsibility to enforce the policy.
I mean, I'm going to the police department. That's my next stop, is the police department. So,
Am I walking you through the door when you do that?
if you feel like you want to escort me, I mean, if I'm going to be asked to leave, I'm going to decline.
Okay.
And then what do we do?